Hi, it's Dorothy Guiding with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for Mercy Tiara Kits, and I'm going to be creating a sketch-inspired 12 by 12 layout featuring the most recent release called Bloom. This kit combines products from Pebbles, Carta Bella, Echo Park Paper, and more. It's my first time digging into it, so I have tons of fabulous material to play with, and here's my narrowed down selection. The pattern paper is from Carta Bella's Here Comes Spring collection, and the embellishments are a mix from Here Comes Spring, Sunny Blooms from Pebbles, and Telling Our Story from Echo Park Paper. You can find information and inspiration for the Mercy Tiara Kits on their website, Instagram, and on Facebook. And I will have a bunch of links below. So let's get started. Here's what's on my desk. I do have the newsletter for the Mercy Tiara Kits that comes with the kits. The sketch is on the back. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. I have matted a 5 by 5 photo. That is a photo of the first barbecued burger of the season at our house. I'm showing you the three papers from Carta Bella. Basically, I'll be using the B-sides, and I'm really inspired by that red and white gingham paper because this is a foodie layout, and to me that red and white gingham makes me think of a tablecloth. I also have that white cardstock. That's from Basil. It is avalanche, lightly textured. It was in the cardstock add-on. And you may have noticed there was a blue paper there. That was from my stash because I needed something that could be completely covered up. Once again, I'm showing you the sketch. It's a Kristine Davidson sketch. It is the monthly challenge on the Mercy Tiara Kits Facebook page for the month of May. So there is a link to that Facebook page below because there is a $25 prize if you win. So it's a really fun challenge. And now I'm showing you my embellishment tray. And basically I have all of my embellishments in here from the main kit along with the embellishment add-on. I also have a cut apart sheet. I started cutting it up. That was one of the pattern papers in the main kit. Anyway, I'm going to talk more about all of those embellishments later on when I actually embellish my page. The first thing I want to do is start creating my foundation page. So you can see the sketch is in the top left corner. I am starting by tearing this white cardstock. So basically, I am making things a little bit different here. I am going to tear this green paper as well. I am using a tearing tool from Creative Memories. You're going to see what I'm going to do with this in a moment. So basically, I'm putting a little spin on that border that you see at the top of the sketch. And I will put measurements for all of these page parts on the screen a little bit later on when I place them on the page. You can see for that yellow paper, I just cut myself a chunk. Now I'm trimming down this white paper just a little bit, and I will kind of place them on that foundation page on that blue paper to give you an idea where I'm going. Also take note that green paper that I tore, I also trimmed that down as well. So you can see my plan is to put that yellow paper at the top of the page, and then what I will be doing is layering up the rest of the paper with the torn edges beneath it. So obviously the main part is that white cardstock. At this point, I have the green peeking out. I'm not going to adhere it at this point because I'm thinking of adding another layer in that border. What I'm going to do right now is cut up these three papers to create a layered photo mat for my photo. If you look at the sketch, there's a square photo and there's several layers underneath it. Again, I'm going to put measurements on the screen for what I'm doing here, but when it comes to layered photo mats, keep in mind that I wing it. What I'm looking to do here is cut three chunks of paper that are all different sizes. And I'm going to write on the screen what I'm doing here, but if you don't have paper that fits these measurements, it's really no big deal. The idea is have three chunks of paper in different sizes so that you can kind of layer them up and stagger them like what I'm doing here. Right now, I'm testing ink on one of them, and I actually tested it in an area that would be covered up by paper, and I'm glad I did because I decided not to ink up my layers after all, and now what you see me doing is just adhering them together, again, staggering them. None of them are neatly piled on top of the other, and it does help when all of these papers are different sizes. So I put my photo on top as well, and I am going to adhere the yellow on that blue paper, but I'm going to leave the white and green separate for the time being because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing there quite yet. You can see I got out all of my embellishing, and also that white and the green paper aren't adhered yet. I'm getting out that red gingham paper because that's the one I'm thinking of layering up behind there as well, but I haven't decided yet. The only thing I really decided is I know I want to use a doily. That was in the main kit. I think doilies are great for foodie layouts. And I also know I want that chipboard piece that I just covered up. It says Happy Memories, and it's from Echo Park Paper. I know I want that as my title. On that tray, I kind of narrowed down my selection of ephemera from 3 different ephemera packs. 2 of them are from Pebbles, 1 of them is from Cartabella. Also on that tray, I have some chipboard pieces as well from a Chipboard Accents, the same one that the title came from. Now I'm showing you a few more sticker sheets. So 2 of those small ones there were puffy stickers. One was alphas, one was icons, and there's also that foam title sheet as well. All 3 of those are from the Pebbles Sunny Blooms collection. So finally I decide to tear that gingham paper, and really what's going through my mind is there's no way I can make a decision if I want to do it or not without trying it. So I tore it, and you can see I also trimmed it down like I did that green paper because it is going to be layered behind the white, so I didn't want to waste the paper. So at this point, I think I like it, but I'm still not ready to adhere. I'm testing it out with the photo and the layered mat, and I'm going to play around a bit with embellishing. So you can see where I'm placing my title, basically just like you see on the sketch. But unlike on the sketch, my main embellishment cluster is going to go all there as well, just above the title. So I'm going to kind of fill in that area with embellishments as opposed to long title here like it says on the sketch. So you can see I've come in with a doily, I've come in with that pink journaling card, I've got a recipe card that's layered up behind the title. With those pieces, I made the decision that I was going to use that red and white torn piece. So that's what you see me doing right now. I start by adhering the green behind that white torn cardstock. Then what I will do is do the same with the red gingham paper, and then I will adhere that entire chunk to my foundation page. And I didn't make you watch all of that. So once I get this in place, I will adhere my photo with its layered mat, and I'm going to do that just towards the left-hand side of the page, just like you see on the sketch. Now it's at this point I realize, and I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but on the right-hand side of the page, a little bit of that blue paper that is underneath all of those layers is peeking out on the right-hand side. So off camera, I end up trimming it down, and now it's all gone. While I was off camera as well, I did ruffle up all of those torn edges at the top. Now what I'm going to do is start building that cluster over on the right hand side of the photo. You saw that I just adhered that journaling box there. Now I'm coming in with the doily there. If you look at the sketch, there is a circular element in the top right hand corner of that photo. So that's kind of what made me decide to place the doily there. And now I placed that recipe card with the title on top, and just behind it I have like a green frame. And all of those elements, like the chipboard is from Echo Park Paper, the recipe card is from the Pebbles collection Sunny Blooms, and that green frame behind it is from Echo Park, not Echo Park Paper, it's from Carta Bella's Here Comes Spring. So it's all different collections and they all work really, really well together. Now I'm playing around with a few tags. If you look at the sketch, just above the photo, there's a tag. I decide to tuck them in that border above the photo instead. So basically within those layers, I end up putting 2 tags and 1 chipboard floral element. And it's from the same chipboard collection as that Happy Memories title. So it's kind of a nice repetition of those colors in the top left. So I'm happy with that. Before adhering all of this, I do want to stamp on that recipe card. It has a tab and it's empty, and so I want to I want to stamp some words in it. I have an old stamp set from Frank Garcia called Food and Travel. So what I'm stamping there is barbecue party, which is perfect because that's exactly what this story is about. The ink I was using was, that's a black ink from VersaFine Clair, so I'm happy with that. Now that it's stamped, I can adhere these layers. So what you're going to see me do is, I think I've already adhered that pink journaling card along with the doily. No, actually, there I go with the doily right now. But I am adhering that frame, and on top of it, I am layering the recipe card, then the title. That stays there for a while like that, but later on you are going to see I do move the frame so that it's just underneath my title as opposed to underneath the recipe card. Now what you see me doing is adhering those labels, I should say those tags, along with that floral element up in that border in the top left. Now, I had to take a break because I had a giant sunbeam come across my desk, and you can see I've tidied everything up, and there I'm showing you how I switched up that frame. So now, instead of it being underneath my recipe card, it's underneath my title. So also off camera, I did do my journaling. So basically I wrote it on the computer and then printed it on vellum, and you can see me tucking it behind the photo there just on top of that journaling card. So I'm happy with that. Now I'm coming in with some tags. So once again, like on the sketch with that tag, I tried to add some tags there. But in the end, now what you see me doing is kind of tucking them over to the right, which is not something I had considered, but I actually quite like it. So basically, I'm adding a few more layers there. I'm adding a label that has flowers on top of it. That is from the Carta Bella, and that mint colored tag is from Pebbles. So again, I keep mixing up all the different manufacturers, and they are working together quite nicely. So now I've basically extended that embellishment cluster more towards the right, and I'm quite liking it. I'm getting out this washi tape. The main kit came with 3 rolls of washi tape, which was a partial collection from that Pebbles Sunny Blooms collection, which is really fun. So the one I use there has 3 little chickens on it. Now what you see me doing is looking for some smaller bits and pieces. I have this little puffy sticker, which is kind of glossy, and it's a rainbow with 2 clouds. So I tucked that just above the title. And I find another cloud. It's a vellum cloud that was part of the Pebbles ephemera pack, and I like how that repeats the vellum that's in the journaling block. But that's basically it. All I ended up doing off camera was adding twine to my tags. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Make sure you check out Mercy Tiara Kits shop and all the other links below. Take care, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.